There's a place between rich and poor, between love and hate, between the nights and days. We have lost knowledges of places between because our minds have become immediate and extreme. There's a place between your words and silence, a place between being too cold and being too warm. There is a place between having everything and not having anything. Why is our world this way? Cannot we even things out? Even the most positive aspects had their beginnings as doubt. There's a place between suffering and pleasure, between the light and dark, between nothing and everything. We need to look between to find the places where everyone has just enough instead of so many with not enough and so few with too much.
I have self-harmed in the past. I mean, I have self-harmed here, I'll admit that, but not for a long time now. So yeah, I could have committed suicide.
I had a real big problem about 6 years ago when I became unemployed for the first time in 40 years, and it really hit me like a ton of bricks. I had run my own business, working for local authorities, writing homelessness strategies, going to meetings, wearing suits, doing presentations, having a right nice life.
I was nearly dead more than once. I was trying to commit suicide for years, and I was drinking myself to death because I didn't want to be alive. And I learned, when I came through all that, I learned that in order for me to live, I have to try and be happy today and not worry about tomorrow.
The ethos of Emmaus is about working your way out of wherever you are to a better life, and that's all about helping yourself but also helping other people. What Emmaus does is give people a better chance at survival and a really good life. We accept people with quite high needs, and some people have quite low needs. Everybody has some form of homelessness or is living in unstable or difficult accommodation. So everybody has that in common, that they've come from homelessness in some way. We assess every individual that wants to come to Cambridge Emmaus on their individual need and also how they will fit with what we do here.
For the last 4 or 5 weeks before I came here, I wasn't keeping things clean. I wasn't looking after myself and I wasn't looking after my house. It's all, depression, anxiety. But now I'm back on it. It's the function test, i.e. does it work? It appears to work. And we have yet another hideous Santa. About 6-7 weeks ago, I woke up one morning and the whole world came crashing in. Just everything was just like this big brick wall in front of me. Awful, never had, that was it, that was the tipping point. I used to be called having a nervous breakdown. I just couldn't face anything. Really couldn't face it, and I certainly couldn't face helping other people, which was my job. And it's a cycle, yeah. I'm depressed because I haven't got enough money and because I'm lonely. And to assuage the depression, I drink alcohol, which knocks me out. However, it costs money to drink alcohol, which makes me more poor. And alcohol is depressant. I'm not daft. I know what's going on. And what do we do? What do we do? I'm going to be living on the street, after this. I can't. And then it was then I started, Emmaus. I've known about Emmaus for about 6 years through work that I did. I did some work with the community in Burnley, and I did some work, actually raised some funds for another community. And I fully understand the ethos of Emmaus. It's a two-way thing. You put something back. We are not service users, clients, recipients. We're part of a community. We all have something to give, whatever that may be, and the whole that we make is greater than the sum of its parts. That's the power for me, that's the power of Emmaus. The word companion, somebody we share bread with, that's what it literally means. First night I was here, went down to have something to eat, and some companions said, "Welcome to Emmaus." I had no idea who these people are, what their past is, nor are they about me, but it doesn't matter. You're welcome. You're part of us.
When I've left psychiatric care, I found work. But I was never really settled. I didn't have a good family background, which was partly the cause of the mental health problems I had. I was able to be in work for about 10 years, and then that was it. And if you've been homeless, it's not easy to find jobs. Anyway, this was a godsend. And I have been in this community for most of the last 20 years. And I'm the oldest community member here. You can work, you get an allowance, everything else is more or less paid for. And and all the bureaucracy that goes with living is more or less taken care of. I mean, very few people move on from here. I've got my roots here now. In my life, I'll stay here till I die if I have.
We do try and create that family atmosphere. It's not always easy. You know, you bring 34 strangers together to live in one place, especially when, you know, people have been through horrible things in their life, then that can be quite difficult. But generally, we do really well with that. People do feel a connection to Emmaus. In terms of our growth, we have a strategic plan, which we're working towards. The next step of that is building an additional 10 rooms here at Cambridge, which means that our community will go from 34 companions up to 44 companions. What that will mean is we'll be able to do more social enterprise work. The aim of what we're trying to do is self-sufficiency. So we look to be able to fund all of our activities through our social enterprise. We get an enormous amount of things given to us. Everything that you see in our shop has been given to us. We don't buy anything. So all of the money that we make is because we're recycling things that people have loved before. And now we're looking at how we can resell them and give other people joy out of them.
Is where all of our donations first come, whether it be from the vans through collections or just from customers donating things on the spot. And these are all our larger items of furniture. So what will happen is this will all go into the shop at some point. We're really lucky here because our turnover of stock is quite fast, so this will clear out in the next couple of days. These are all their separate rooms, and they have their own en-suites as well, so they have their own private space. We also have like communal areas where they're able to come out and spend time with other companions, staff and volunteers, whether that's for lunch or their evening meals which they'll share together. Our communal kitchen, this is where our companion staff and volunteers will eat their lunch and dinner. This is just a great opportunity for our companion staff and volunteers to kind of spend a bit of time with each other on their breaks outside of work, and just in a bit more of a relaxed environment.
I first came here 3 years ago. I've left in between it, but I came very thin and malnutrition, addicted to drink, and I vowed to myself that I'd never be that thin again. I think that sense of work, that 40 hours a week work that we do, got me through personally a lot. You know, I wasn't sitting there on my ass thinking, oh, what should I do? I'm bored. It's a place where you don't really want for anything, really, you know? Yeah, just a fantastic place to be.